Good morning, everyone. It's Tyne from Muse Life, and welcome to this weekly morning activation reading. We usually do it every Wednesdays, unless it's on a full moon or near the new moon. We'll tend to kind of do it either on the day or a little bit closer to it, and I usually give you guys updates on that. This is a collective reading, everyone. It usually is based on what's going on in astrology, in numerology, and what's going on for the week. So let's tap in first, you guys, before we start our reading, and then we can kind of get into a little bit more of some of the elements and attributes going on today, which I really get excited about sharing with you guys. So we all kind of just settle in. I want you all to imagine that we are all part of this great, vast, beautiful, crystalline grid that encompasses the whole of the universe. And that we're all just these beautiful, amazing little lights on that grid. And I want you to connect to some of that crystalline energy as you connect to the Arcanum cards. And set your intentions, you guys, for this week. What do you want to learn from the universe? What have you been going through? Any kind of struggles? Not always struggles, I mean, any triumphs, any exciting things happening. I know there's some exciting things happening here. And I want you to kind of set your intentions for what the universe would like to share with you today, you guys. Everyone that knows or has been joining me on these readings knows I do a 5-card pull with what's going on right now, where we are, what we have recently gone through, and anything in the future. I also have my Soul's Journey card, you guys. I'll share that deck with you. It's an amazing, beautiful card with some mandalas, and I'm going to be picking one. It's just like as a helper card through the week to kind of give us something that we can meditate on. And let's start with our reading. So yeah, it's a lot of exciting stuff, you guys, going on. We are in the first quarter of the moon. We're about halfway to the full moon, you guys. It's just really exciting stuff. If you guys had set your intentions and the new moon, which was like this really like just energy packed time with like both the moon and sun in Taurus. You had a lot of like forward moving energy going on. We are now today in the moon in Leo, you guys. It's May 15th, and the numerology for today is actually the number 1, which also coincides because it's actually represented by the sign in Leo, and it's also the Magician card as well as the Sun card. So there's a lot of Leo, Sun, fiery energy going on right now, you guys. And what does that mean for us? You know, what does that mean in terms of like how we can use that energy to kind of, you know, catapult us through the week? Well, you know, the Leo sign, Leo energies, seriously just about self-expression and being extravagant and really like, you know, coming from the heart. You know, it represents the heart chakra, and it's really a great time to make ideas and things come into fruition. And also with the number 1, you guys, 1 is a very independent number. It's competitive. It's also very determined, but it also is kind of like the starter. It's basically the mother or the starter of all the other numbers. So because you're coming from that place of creation, a lot of things can really start from there. It really originates from there. So really hone in on some of that. I love the fact that it's the Magician card and also some of the Sun card energy, 1 and 19. You kind of bring that together and you really get some jam-packed, just kind of like positive, forward-moving energy, especially with the Leo energy going on. I'm a Leo myself, and I really think anyone with either the number 1 sign or any kind of fire sign, especially the Leo signs, are really going to be feeling some of this energy today. So where are we today with our cards, everyone? Where are we today in the timeline, in the universe? Are we thinking about ourselves? And I love this, you guys. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So it's very earthly sign, you guys, and we are in the earth, still in the sun sign of Taurus. And the Pentacles is really all about just honing in on some of that earthy energy. Pentacles is all about money. It's all about like earthly things, earthly pleasures, the things that really, you know, connect us with the earthly things. And, you know, I talk a lot about the 5D energy and a lot of, you know, just more esoteric things. But, you know, when we really ground ourselves, and especially with the Queen, this is someone who's already like really alchemized a lot. We're already kind of towards the end of the arcane card for this particular deck. We're already kind of at the end of like the cycle of the earth signs, and you've really kind of honed it down, especially because we are here sitting in the middle of Taurus energy right now. There's going to be a lot of things with a lot of people when it comes to finances and some of their, you know, material things going on where they're living, some of their current situations that they have that are helping them move forward. And it's really going really well for a lot of people, especially with some of this Leo energy, you guys. And right now, since we're right in the middle of that, you know, right in the middle of like between where we kind of set our intentions at the very beginning, during the new moon out into the full moon, where you actually see the fruition of it, right? We're like first quarter, we're like halfway there, you guys. We're really honing in on some of that like steadfast earthly energy, especially that Taurus energy. That's where we're, you know, we're heading towards right now. So a lot of people are feeling that. We are literally like right in the middle of it. Some exciting energy there. And what is something that we have been recently kind of going through, alchemizing, just dealing with, good or bad? Yeah, here we have another Pentacle card. And here we have this the Knight. And this is really like, you know, once again, not quite the Queen. And there's a lot of feminine energy here too. So we're getting that earthly feminine energy. But here's some more of our masculine energy. And really just like charging and heading towards. So we've already made our decision where we want to be going, right? I think a lot of us, you know, when we start into the new year, it's a really great time to really start deciding, hey, this is what I want to do moving forward. This is what my goals for the year, right? A lot of us are really heading towards that right now. And we're really heading towards that particular theme. And so everyone that's just joining us right now, I do private readings, but as we move forward, I'm doing a collective reading at the moment. So this should apply for everyone. So if you had set your intentions for the next couple of questions, definitely the card should answer it for you. Otherwise, you know, you can private message me. I can definitely, give you some more insight. So with this particular card, we're actually venturing out and, you know, starting to move into where we want to go. Here we're just kind of like really set. We're like really knowing who we are and where we need to be, right? And I'm really feeling that. I'm really feeling like a really grounded energy. I think we need that sometimes, because especially what I love about the earth energy is when we have goals in our life, and, you know, as we set out with the Knight card, right? And a Knight's all about like going out and venturing out, kind of like think about like, you know, going out and on your journey, but really like ready to go with having all the tools and everything that you need, right? When you're really like set on doing that, if you don't have it in your head, like what you really need to do, and you have to really feel it, like body, mind, and soul, you guys, you know, that's how you can really move forward with anything it is you want in life. You know, you really have to like really like embody what it is you really want for yourself and for your future and for anything you're trying to manifest. Because when you can do that, then there's no question about the decisions that you make, right? There's no questions about like what you're doing and how you're moving forward. You are looking at your situation, or you're looking at anything that's going on with you, and you're like, well, is this, you know, heading towards what I need to be doing? Is this part of my plan? Is this part of like what I need to be doing to, you know, put me on the trajectory of where I want to go? And if you know, and that's amazing. That's one of the nice things about the earth energy, is you get that steadfastness, right? But now that we're also having some of that Leo energy, we got a little bit more of that fiery, you know, expression and freedom there too. So that's kind of really interesting. And what's really helping out with that, you guys? And I love this. So we have Empress card right here. It's the number 2 card. It's all about duality. Right again. This is our first Arcane card that I pulled right now. There's like a lot of water energy here. A lot of Cancer energy, you guys. A lot of lunar energy. And duality, and really like, you know, being able to see, you know, life is not black and white, but when it comes to like what you really want in life and how you're going to achieve it, you really have to be able to like say yes or no to everything. Every little thing is like a signpost to you. Like, is this like heading in the direction I need to go? Is this person, situation, or whatever you have going on, you know, in alignment with where, and you can tell, you guys, because it really has a lot to do with like your internal compass. Like, if, you know, there's a difference between whether or not you're, you know, and this is funny because, you know, I say Cancer, and that's one of like the, probably the most intuitive signs in all of the Arcanum, right? I just, it's one of the ones that really hones in on just everything like that. So you're really honing in on some of that energy with the Priestess card, the High Priestess. And this is literally coming right out the Magician. So you're going from some of that masculine energy straight into the feminine energy. And I'm loving that. But she also kind of looks at things, you know, in duality, in black and white, seeing things at face value, and really like being able to hone in on some of that. Like, okay, is this the right thing for me? Is there something that I need to be doing as I move forward? And you have to start being able to make those decisions, because it's not always easy, you guys. Having that steadfastness, having that ability to just be able to make the right decisions. I mean, when you're already, you know, in queen status, you're already kind of like, all right, you guys are like, you know, they're kind of ruling your own destiny at this point. It's not always like the easiest choices that you have to make, but moving forward, the High Priestess is really encompassing some of that like forward moving energy. And a lot of that feminine energy, using her intuition. And we need that. We sometimes forget, like, you know, why we do things. We sometimes forget our reasoning behind it. And sometimes some of our reasons are so like deep, so in depth. It's really hard to fathom sometimes. And I'm feeling this like really interesting energy between like, yeah, the steadfastness and the grounding of like the Taurus energy. But I'm also feeling that determination, like that Leo energy that's coming in, that we're going to be using today to hopefully catapult us as we move forward. This is interesting, you guys, a little bit more like serious today, but I think it's because there's just that, you know, I think the universe is really saying, hey, we mean business, you guys. They show you the signs, they show you, you know, they give you the intuition to feel into what really works with you, right? Feel into like whether or not things are going to make sense in your life or it's not. And if it doesn't, oh my God, I'm just going to tell you, you have to learn to let certain things go. And, you know, just learn to be okay once you make the decision of doing so. Because there's really like, you know, no moving backwards or going back to the things that don't work anymore. That's just kind of how, like, you know, the universe is really trying to like, you know, hey, this is a dragon, you guys. You're going to manifest what we really want, right? We're going to, you know, the 8 year, you're really going to get what you want to do. But do you really want that? Is that what you really want? And if so, are you willing to do what it takes? Meaning, are you willing to, you know, like, let's say you want to lose weight, right? Are you willing to cut out the calories or cut out the foods that just don't serve you, or cut out the situations and the people, or just whatever? It's just not going to help you get to where you want to go. And I mean, in a way, it's almost like, and this is interesting because this is the next card as we're moving forward, right? I was, you know, this is a 1 card, you guys. It's the 1 of Swords. And once again, we always, what do we say about the 1 card? And then number 1 is just all about individuality, right? It's all tapping into like your, you know, your sense of freedom and originality. It's, you know, leadership, self-reliance. It's all these very like independent, very like, you know, self, like idealized things. And then there's a little tinge of selfishness there, or a lot of tinge of selfishness there, isn't it? But in a way, it's almost like without really like being able to kind of honor yourself and honor who you truly are, everything from your feelings to your emotions to how you think about things, when, you know, your inner child is like telling you like, hey, this is what I need. Can you give yourself that, you know, can you give yourself that honor? Could you give yourself what it is that you need as you're moving forward, so that you can, like, you know, really just, like, we talk about manifestation, guys, but if we don't really do what it takes to really hone in on, like, you know, what's right for you, we really can't move forward. And I repeat these same things over and again, and so does the universe, not only because I need it, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, somewhere out there, someone else is needing this too. So as we're moving forward, right, here we are, we're moving forward and we're manifesting that thing that we asked for, oh my God, on the New Year's, or that thing that we asked for on the new moon. Here comes that manifestation. And first, we manifest it in our mind, because swords is all about mind. It's about intellect and how we think about things. In the minute we can get it in our head, once we actually get it in our head, like what it is that I really want, and then no messing around. Like, you guys, not only does it have to be in our head, it's how we walk, we live and breathe. Every little moment, every little situation that we do, the things that we, you know, really spend our time really working with. It really like comes down to that, doesn't it? As we move forward. So here we go, you know, first we get it in our head. And a lot of us, you know, the fact that this card is coming up is we really started to like hone in on that one number. Today is the 1 day numerology, right? You add all the days together. Today is the 1 day, and it's really like, you know, and there's some Leo energy in there, because, you know, the number 1 is represented by the sign of Leo, as well, you know, as the sun. And you're getting that, just that creative, live expression energy, right? That heart energy that's going to move you forward. And it all starts here. Like, how do you think about things? How do you think about yourself? Do you honor yourself enough to be able to like let go of the things that do not serve? Or at least for the meantime, let it not affect you to the point where, like, you know, you can't move forward and get things done the way you need to get it done, right? Do you honor yourself? That's really what this card is like. Put yourself first mentally too. And then everything will fall into place, because when you're in alignment, right? Think about alignment. Think about, you know, variations. You know, and you do math, right? There's variance. You're off to the left, you're varying to the right. When you're in alignment, you go back into singularity, right? Back to the number 1. Number 1 is actually like, it doesn't even have, of all the other numbers, there's no male or female aspect to it. It's just it's neutral, right? You go back to your singularity, and then when you get to that place, think about just how smoothly that path is now, because you're not, you know, when your car is in alignment, you're not veering off to the left and then off to the right in confusion anymore. You're like, you know, just zooming down that lane, going straight down that lane, because now there's nothing, you know, pulling you, swaying you to the left, to the right, all these situations and people and things that are just kind of contradicting what it is you want, you know, that jittery energy. And you streamline and get into alignment with what you really want, and the path to where you need to go becomes so much more smoother, right? So interesting here. And this is such a serious, more serious card reading than normal. And where will that bring us? And what's helping us? And we got this card last time, you guys, so this is almost like, it's almost like the universe is really just giving us like just some verification, like, yes, this is what we need to do. And maybe I needed to talk more about this. This is the World card. We got the World card last time, you guys. This is what's going to help us move forward, is these opportunities, the end of the cycle. It's the number 21, which equals to the number 23, which is all about the creative energy, the creative force that gets you to where you want to go. It's the end of the cycles. This is the last card of the Arcanum. It's a mirror of who you truly are, but a very absolute clear mirror, the way that you are meant to be seen by the universe and the way that you're meant to reflect to the rest of the world, protecting all of the divine forces, both earthly and heavenly, right? So much going on in this card. So much energy going on moving forward in this card. And we got our Leo energy. And funny because we have to, right now we are in the basically the moon in Leo, and then we're the the sun in Taurus, and here we goes the 1 day. So the universe is really talking to us, you guys, really telling us, giving us some verification that, hey, we're on the right track. Just keep going. Just keep heading towards where you want to go, because for some of us who we're able to manifest some things, we're able to kind of, call into force, call into fruition, from the new moon moving forward. You're probably seeing some of the things that you are wanting kind of unfolding slowly. And I'm telling you, by the time the full moon comes, some of that will come to fruition and you will see it. And here's like I said, once again, a very clear mirror of who and what it is we want as we move forward, as we move and level up into where it is we're supposed to be. And like it goes, there's something going on from there and there and there and there. But as long as we, keep in alignment with who we truly are up here, in here, and everywhere else, right? Physically, mentally, as long as we can stay in alignment with all of that. It's like, you've got self-mastery. It's when you really learned how to play the game, in other words. Interesting, right? Such interesting energy here today, you guys, going on today. And here we are, right? Really hone in on some of the earthly energy with the Queen of Pentacles, realizing as we move forward. So we have these two Arcanum cards. We have the High Priestess and we have the World. These are two cards that influence both what we just recently went through. And as we move forward, what's to come, what's to be. Such powerful feminine energy. And it's almost she's fully clothed her, but she's almost unveiling and revealing one's true self. What we are in our nakedness, what we are underneath without all that, what we're cloaked in this earthly realm, right? So it's just very serious reading today, you guys. But I love it. So here we have, and I love this. This is just going to help move us forward. And we have the heart chakra. The frequency of the heart chakra is the green flower of life. It supports our capacity to love deeply, unconditionally, and it has healing properties to harmonize the mind and the body. And one of the things, Leo rules the heart. This is amazing. I love it because, it is the moon in Leo, and we're getting a lot of a lot of things resonating right now. Synchronicities. And here we have is the number 4, which is all about stability, something that's called as steadfast. And then we have the heart chakra, which is really I think of all the chakras that are the most, the third eye and the others are so important, but you cannot get there unless this is unblocked. And this tends to be the one that tends to be either blocked or just expanded for most people. So, and a lot of times if you can unblock this, it tends to have this chain reaction that just shoots forward, up and down, right? Everyone always works on the heart chakra. Really think about, even when you are doing certain things, even when you, I talk so much, I think recently I had to, let go of certain situations and people that just didn't work in what I needed, what I was trying to manifest in my life. The situation just felt all bad. The energy just felt all bad. But there's a way of like really like still being loving and still being very like nurturing and caring about whatever situations are going on. And even when you're letting go, even when you have to like let go of certain situations that might not be the best for you, you can still do it in a loving way. You can still do it in a very nurturing way, not only for yourself, but also for the people that are being affected by the situation, right? Because what a lot of people don't really realize is that when you're letting something go, or if somebody's letting you go, it's not so much like, don't look at it as a sense of rejection. Look at it as a sense of, hey, I'm freeing up your space, or you're freeing up my space to allow for what's really meant to be there, to allow for what will give you the highest fulfillment, what will give you the highest form of joy. Right? And I really think that's why like this card came up too, because it's all about like the matters of the heart in the end. When we think about like how we deal with things in the earthly realm. So I hope we can all take that with us right now, you guys. Because like I said, this year, I'm pretty sure that some of us have gone through some really tough things in the very beginning of it. But, you know, right now it's kind of like the hard work. Not that it, you know, it does get easier, but like, I'm sure even with the hard work, like I said, when you're in alignment and you're doing what you love to do, right? When your heart's into it, it's just going to feel like play, guys. It's going to be exciting. You know, it's going to like wake you up and stir something in you that will help move you forward, help you get to where you need to go, right? So I hope you're all going to be taking some of that heart energy with you. And I want you to kind of, you know, just take in the mandala, take in the energy here. Really breathe that in. Focus on the heart center. And really open that up. Ask the universe to open that up for you. Ask the universe to, you know, take out any blocks. So even when you deal with anyone, deal with any particular situation, deal with anything, that your heart is always open. Because from there, you know, everything else opens up, right? And you can move forward. You know, you want to have that clear conscience in life. So I will reach out to some of you guys that had asked me a few questions. I can see a few questions down there. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I do this every Wednesdays, unless there's a full moon or a new moon. The next full moon is going to be on the 23rd, so we'll see. But I think I might have one more Wednesday in. We'll see. But I want to thank you all for coming out. You guys all have an amazing day. If you have any questions, please send me a text. Other than that, love and light. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.